Hello, everyone. I'm Plasma Warriors. Many like to call me that guy with the afro. My apologies for being a little delayed on a few videos. I had to get a tooth extracted this past week. Therefore, things have been slow. I promised this video was coming out, and in the last few weeks, I get a little bit more eerie about having to run this video. But you know what? I was going to do it anyway. I promised it was going to happen, so here we are. And I know a lot of you have hated the last few videos. You know what? I don't care. And yes, it's going to be one of those videos. Don't get me wrong. I planned on actually doing this a while ago. And I'd rather be fair with you. I'd rather be honest, correct, and be hated than be loved, faked, and be completely lying to you. So if you don't like it, I have way more evidence than you think. You have no proof. You don't even know. That's the funny thing. When I showed the proof on the video, somebody said they didn't have any proof of. Yeah. Again, you think I don't have any proof? You don't fucking know what I have, dumbasses. So there's your answer to that. So let's get down to it. I've been studying the behavior of several VTubers, and quite frankly, it sickens me. It actually kind of disgusts me that people think VTubers are special people. No, they're not. There are very few good ones out there, and even fewer are willing to take responsibility. And it boils down to 3 points. One of them, however, flared up a little bit more with two different people this past week. I can't show you all of person number one, but I'll just say it like this. It's been a pattern. So let's go ahead with issue number one. The main issue with the first part is that, again, they got caught doing bad things. Okay? It wasn't just this video and this image here of the people on there. They don't care if they did something wrong. That's a problem right then and there. I'm not saying that we all do bad things. We all do bad things. I've done bad things in the past. Okay, this video isn't so good, but you know what? I'd rather say it than be a complete dumbass and not care about it at all. Look at the previous few weeks, particularly. Now, I'm not going to come out here and say that the Civil War wasn't fought over slavery. Yeah, it was. We know that. Let's not lie to ourselves. But that doesn't mean that there are people on one side or the other who want a different way. I'm not saying they were all bad people in the South. I'm not saying they were all good people in the North. I'm just saying, generally speaking, we did it. It wasn't a proud moment, but yet we went ahead and made that decision. It sucked, but at least we owned up to it. Just like the Astros and their cheating scandal. Yes, the Astros fan rant is coming on. Sorry, I know the baseball season's upcoming. Give me a while for that. Generally speaking, if you do something wrong, you should at least own up to it. No, nobody decides to do anything wrong. In particular, the last few minutes, I was talking with Ari Lambert, who I knew, I just had to backtrace it, said that certain people, for trying to make some kind of competition between VTubers, were evil. They didn't directly say what their names were, but I knew who they were talking about. Me. Yes, I know it because I was the only person who set up something. Go back to my last two videos, particularly about Anime-san. I'll get to her in a minute again. The only person who would have done it would be moi. I know that because I was talking to the two people involved beforehand. So don't give me this whole, you don't have any evidence. Does anyone else have any evidence that it happened between those two people? Process of elimination much? If you really understand that you did something wrong, at least own up to it. I'll get to the point why that's a problem later on, but nobody seems to want to. Point number two is the incredible amount of people who are just bad at this. I don't mean on performing on cam. I mean, the only one I think is bad is Silvervale, but she's just terrible as a presenter anyway. Way too bouncy up and down for anyone's taste. It's just disgusting. But generally speaking, they're bad at getting to the point of communicating with their fans. You look at Discord particularly. And Discord has to be a reflection of yourself. In general terms, you have to be there. You cannot be half a and be on the sideline. If you're not running your own Discord, the Discord is just going to simply not care. They're going to get apathetic and leave. I'll get to why that's a problem also in a moment. But generally speaking, you must be the headliner. And again, on my Discord, I try not to get in the way of people. I let it go as much as I can because there are different things that I can do and can't do that other people can't. Excuse me. But generally speaking, you must take care of your own sheep. If you decide I'm not going to be there, not many people want to be there either. This is a problem that's universal, though. This isn't just a VTuber problem. I remember I was completely annoyed with Lily Pichu because she was always standing with her friends and not really communicating much with the people in their server, just being there. And that's why I didn't stay on that server for very long. It's not just one group of people, by the way. It's a universal problem. The more you don't actively work on this, the harder it is for people to enjoy. Now, I grant you it doesn't make you a lot of money, but that's where we get to point number 3 in a moment. But it's something that you have to be the one to be in charge of. Project Melody is the biggest problem with this. And that's part of why we get to who we're talking about in a moment. She's hardly ever there. Have you ever noticed Project Melody actually doing anything? There was one night I think she was on voice chat with people. Otherwise, I don't remember her actually posting much. It's always her staff, that. And being bad as a kind of social media person, yeah, that's fine, whatever. You can get away with it on like people like me. I don't really have a lot of followers because I'm not trying to play Twitter games, by the way. I don't do Twitter very well. I hate Twitter. I like YouTube. I like Facebook. Those are the places I like going. I love going to conventions. I like being a real person. By the way, we'll get to that. Generally speaking, if you're on Discord, you must be your main person. And that gets me to the 2 people I want to talk to right now. I know one of them has been very defensive over the long term, and another one has just recently, and kind of wanted to accelerate this video, even though I have a bit of a toothache. I don't know how many of you know Digitrex, the creator of several computer systems and computer programs over the course of the VTuber model. And I want to make a point very clear about this guy. I haven't really talked much about him because I don't think it's the general biggest problem of him. But recently, he went on to accuse a V streamer, who I will name nameless because I actually respect this person, of taking one of their models from a character from their past and basically being a copy of it. Now, my question of the day is, how much do we know about this? I can't really show you the models, but from what I've seen, it doesn't look like any copyright was actually broken here. Now, I'm not saying that it did or did not happen. I'm saying there's been instances where people have taken basic models of characters before, such as, in a particular instance, the Houston Texans. I really hate this franchise. I made no bones about that for decades. Their model with the steer with the eye of the and being a star and being basically like the lone star of the state of Texas. The model of it was copied over by a high school in the Pasadena Independent School District, Sam Rayburn. By the way, us W Longhorns, we own their asses and everything like a bunch of bitches. You know it's true, Sam Rayburn. Deal with it. And they did, however, copy the outline, but they changed the colors of it. And that you can actually legally do as a copyright change. It's not the exact trademark or copyright, something or other. This is why a lot of people, you could make a kind of like Iron Man suit, but unless it's actually the suit itself, you can go around and say, yeah, I created something different. It's got to be a one-to-one copy, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of trademark. In this case, it wasn't. The eyes were different colors. The actual homochromic, one eye was blue, one eye was green. They're a little bit more oval than horizontally than vertically. The hair may be the same color, but it was a different style. So I don't know. Unless you have the code that says this is a one-to-one exact copy, Digitrex doesn't really have any legs to stand on. They can use the body, they can use the kind of like trace over it, but unless you've got something that says this is perfectly mine, there's not much you can do in that case. He's been very defensive over his properties before. He's gone on different YouTube channels attacking people for this. I can't really pull it up because, again, copyright and all that. Generally speaking, though, there's one person that bothers me even more, and that's the case of Kuro Usagi. He's basically become the moderator for a ton of VTubers, and I mean everyone from Silvervale to now Aomi Onisan's administrator. And this is what I don't get. And I'm going to rant on this guy for a bit because this guy is just the worst. I've talked to 20 people specifically about him. I've come across 0 who actually like the guy. I mean, generally, as a moderator, this guy is liked by nobody. And I'll be honest with you, if he were in my moderated team, he'd be gone yesterday. Yeah, you can ban me from Discord, whatever. It doesn't change very much. Somebody can always find a back door. I've got a lot more information from people talking to me, by the way, than I have actually pulling up another account and looking at these names, by the way. It's not that hard. I can do it in 10 seconds. Anyone can. It's not a secret. But I've got more people talking to me than I do actually looking at your Discord servers. But Kuro Usagi is pretty much across the board the biggest problem people have. Everyone has said this guy has pretty much killed. Now, let me explain that. Killed Project Melody's Discord. I kind of have to agree. The guy is always trying to be defensive, even though he might not seem like it to himself, about everything. Why the hell do you have this guy as your moderator then? I mean, what the fucking hell's wrong with you? Are you trying to get your Discord discontinued? Are you trying to get people to leave you? Because right now you're doing a damn good job of it. Speaking of Discords, point number 3 is one of the dumbest ass fucking rules I can think of. And it's basically the no drama rule. If you do drama across anything, even they might not be talking about you directly, we're gonna ban your ass. Now, this on paper doesn't seem like a problem until you realize almost every VTuber with a Patreon or Twitch, they rely on their Discords to get these rewards out. Very specifically, you have to be a member of the Discord to get rewards from these VTubers. Question. Why would I support somebody whose only goal is to get rid of you if they don't like you? I wouldn't. I wouldn't spend any more money on that. I'd like to stress is that Kuro Usagi is the embodiment of an elitist mentality. If we don't like you, you're gone. Haha. You're going to lose people after a while. You're going to get rid of your supporters. Then you're going to lose the people who are on the fringes. What happens, as I said, if you just get rid of people just because you don't like them? You have nobody else. Because quite frankly, kind of think the mystique of Project Melody is dying a bit, and there are better VTubers coming up from out of it. I might be very blunt, though, in saying that this is becoming a problem with the elitist mentality that it's so elite, in my opinion, it's actually evil. Yes, evil, in my opinion. I'm not saying that it's generally evil, but the idea is simple. They do something wrong. Check. They don't own up to it. Check. They accuse other people for being bad at things and not them. Check. And they never issue any apology, even though when they get caught doing something, they might retract one thing, but they never say, oh, I'm sorry, my apologies. And it is the dumbest thing ever. These people, in my opinion, are evil. It's not evil to do bad things. It's evil to cover them up, say it's someone else's fault, and ignore the problem entirely. When Silvervale posted that racist thing comparing pets to Asian food, I called them out on it. And what did I get? Oh, Plasmore is the bad guy for saying Silvervale did anything wrong. That's what I got. You want to know why there's so many downvotes on these channels? No. Not because people don't like the message, because people don't like I'm saying it about their goddess or something. Oh, bow before Project Adolf Melody. No one can ever touch her. And I mean that, by the way. Not in the fact that they're going to send people to death camps and exterminate 7 million people. That nobody ever fucking questions there's something wrong here. And it's mainly because the people in power simply don't want any controversy and want to shift the blame to Twitch. Yes, that's exactly what Silvervale said. It wasn't my fault Twitch banned me, and everyone ran with it. You know what? You can go ahead and die on this sword all you want to. I don't want to be a part of people who willingly defend racist people. And the people in that picture, I don't know all their names. They're doing it because they're allowing themselves to be attached to Silvervale. Well, fuck you all. All of you who think Silvervale is this princess of innocence, go to fucking Hades. Not literally, because I'm not ever going to send you down there. I never will tell you to go to hell. But you know what? Go see the god of death and see what he has to say about it. At least wake up. No, I am a Latin scholar, and Hades was the god of death in Greek times. So there you go. Not hell, Hades. That being said, you guys have fucking ruined my entire good-naturedness about this. You called me a bad person for trying to explain this is wrong. You tried to call me evil for even setting up that little thing between Isabella Electrum and Ione Ome-san. And you're allowing the one person, Kuro Usagi, who we all agree with in the community is a problem to run your servers and your streams? Are you okay? Are you seriously mentally okay? I am asking that, and I'm autistic! That should say something! When this guy attacks other streamers on their stream, and I've got that confirmed before, I don't know what to do with these people anymore. My suggestion is to get out of this. I wish there was a silver lining. I wish there was something I could say that was positive. But every experience I've had, except for maybe three VTubers out of a whole group so far, has been the most toxic, evil, manipulative group I have ever experienced. I have had the most disrespect I've ever had in my life because of Isabella Electrum and Ione Ome-san. I have never, in 36 years, I've dealt with criminals. I've dealt with getting beat up before by my then mom's boyfriend. I've dealt with 3 roommates who are complete bitches who only cared about themselves. I have never in my life dealt with people so disrespectful, so manipulative, so generally evil in my opinion, that I cannot find any reason to continue with them, most of them. If you are a good VTuber, I will in subsequent videos talk about you. But I will not be dealing with anyone right now as it stands unless you show me otherwise. If you want to get mad at me for these videos, go right on ahead. I'll go find something else to do. I always have, I always will, and I don't think you understand this. I don't need you. You need us. If you want money, I'm the type of person you need to be talking to. I've been to conventions for a decade and a half now. 15 years going to the Onicon this fall. I know how to get to connections. I know how to talk to people. I know who to talk to. I have been up and down. I've met people from Chuck Norris to the sound guy at Sentai Filmworks. I know people. I will be talking with a lot of people at the conventions. In any event, like, share, and subscribe, because quite frankly, I don't know when con season is going to come up. Delta H Con saying they're going to happen, but I doubt it. But generally speaking, I've had enough of your attitudes. I've had enough of your egos. You never seem to care about anyone but yourselves. And quite frankly, I don't fucking need your bullshit. You're a bunch of little skanky hoes to me. And get bit, bitches.